Time to install a heel toe shifter on the Harley-Davidson Icon Revival, plus one shout out. Let's get to it. Good moto morning. Welcome to Kraken's Garage. I'm your host Eric, and on Kraken's Garage we discuss all good things on 2 and 3 wheels. Welcome, beautiful people. Today we're going to install a heel toe shifter on my Harley-Davidson Icon Revival. It's actually one of the gripes I have on this bike. I felt being a retro bike, it should have come with it. It is very much a retro design and been around for a very long time. And what it does is add another shifter back here, so you can just mash down on it with your heel of your boot and shift gears, so makes it kind of nice. We're gonna pop the instructions up here and kind of zip through this quickly and talk about the difficulty level. It should be the same for all street glides and road glides alike. And what's involved with it, what tools you need, and if you would like to tackle this and try and save some money. I also picked up this little tidbit here, which is a valve stem extension. And the design of this bike, it is so annoying to top off the air tires on this bike. You have to remove the bags and you can barely get your hand in there to fill up the tires. So this should help tremendously. And this was $12.57, and the country of origin of this particular part is made in China. The part number for this valve stem extension is 4230009. I'll have links to these parts down below if you're interested in getting them. And I also picked up this from my lovely parts gal, Kim. This is the heel toe shifter, and basically you just get a bag of bits to place the shifter on the end of this, and a different size spacer to put on here, and we'll get into that in just a second. I should note that if any of you replace your shifter pegs with the big Kahuna or different lineups that Harley-Davidson has, you're gonna have to buy an extra one for your heel toe shifter as well. Me, I'm keeping this bike bone stock as much as I can because it's a very rare bike and I really don't want to mess with it. So we're just gonna go with the standard rubber one, which is exactly what I have on the front that came from the factory, OEM. The part number of this kit is 3360325. And the country of origin for the heel toe shifter is packaged in the USA with parts from the USA, China, and Singapore. So we have kind of a hodgepodge mishmash of different parts from all over the globe on this one. The price of this heel toe shifter was $52.95 as of this video. Now, the instructions are very simple. Harley actually gives a skill level of 1 to 4 wrenches. My skill level is done in 1 to 3 mullets, and we'll talk about how I'll rate this kit when we install it. But you can kind of see right there, give it a 2 wrench skill level. Harley's instruction manual says suggested tools are safety glasses, torque wrench, and grease pencil. You're going to need a couple of bits to fit some hex heads and a wrench for the nuts as well to keep it tightened. What I do like about Harley does is they pre-install Loctite on the screws, so I very much appreciate that. It makes it a hassle-free install. So let's get the tools together and show what you need to do to complete this job. The basic tools you're going to need is basically your regular ratchet, and we're using a 3/16 hex head. We're going to need a 7/16 box end wrench and a torque wrench. Pro tip here, the first thing you're going to do is mark the heel toe shifter where you have it comfortable set up for you, because we got to remove this first. And all I did was take a Sharpie and draw a line where the slot is in the heel toe shifter. Save your hardware when you remove the toe shifter, and next we're going to remove this spacer, which is nothing but rubber. Install the new shorter spacer. Here's the old one and the new one. It's made of rubber as well. We'll just pop that on there. Next, we're going to install the heel shifter, and we're just going to have to kind of rough draft install it right now. And what we're looking to do is to get the, you can see the groove where the screw goes down and locks it into place. We want to get the groove lined up with the screw hole right up here. This is going to be trial and error because I don't know how comfortable it's going to be, but we're just going to kind of guess it for first shot out of the box. We may have to go back on and take it off and adjust this up or down for your own comfort. If you take a look, see this slot right here? That's where the screw goes in through here, and it locks that into place so it can't shift forward and back. If you've done it properly, it should slip right through, and we'll just finger tighten it. Now, if you notice, I didn't put any Loctite on this, but if you can see, it is a nylon lock washer, so you don't need any Loctite, which I actually prefer. Loctite tends to sometimes give up the ghost. And we're going to torque this to 12 to 16 Newton meters or 9 to 12 foot-pounds of torque. Next, we'll reinstall our toe shifter. This is the heel shifter. And we're going to line these slots up right here with our lines that we drew on with the Sharpie. Same torque settings for this one as well. Pardon the condition of my bike. It's been raining here almost every day. This screw already has the Loctite installed on it, and we're going to install this standard OEM peg on it. Now, to install this, we need a 1/4 inch hex head. And the torque settings for the rear shifter peg is the same as these two screws as well. Again, that's 12 to 16 Newton meters or 9 to 12 foot-pounds torque. So Pete, once again, I dust off Kim for this episode.
Hey Pete, here's your heel shifter. No excuses.
There's your heel toe shifter when you come back to Virginia. I got you all hooked up. So on a scale of 1 to 3 mullets, this is super easy to me. This is a 1 mullet. It is as easy as it's gonna get on wrenching on your bike. So have confidence in yourself if you wanna do this to your road glide or street glide. It's a super easy install. $50 and you're up and rolling with a heel toe shifter. So 2 thumbs up from Kraken on that one. And you know what time it is. To all my end watchers, this week's shout out goes to Nick O'Trast. Nick sold everything he owns and put the rest of it into storage, and he's traveling all over Australia. He's traveled to Hawaii on motorcycle, as well as Nevada and Las Vegas. And in Australia, he's traveling on his Honda Shadow Spirit VT 750C2, and I believe he also has a Suzuki Intruder VL 250 LC. I think that's the same bike Spencer used to have, or he may still have, I'm not sure. Hails from Sydney. He has just recently made a half loop around the entire country of Australia. He has 302 subs. He has 53 videos out at this time. His motto is "My sights and ramblings" as he rides from town to town and city to city, teaching organization skills, Outlook, Excel, InDesign, Keynote, and other programs for businesses and individuals. What I like about Nick is, where do I start? He has kind of a nomad mentality, and he sold everything he owns, and he set up his career and his well-being on 2 wheels, and he's in the wind traveling, and he takes his business on the road to businesses. I could totally relate to that. The business I do, I can do on the road as well. So it's very nice and cooperative with your motorcycling lifestyle to be able to take that portability and get on the road and do your job and still enjoy your love and passion for motorcycling, which clearly Nick does. He's a very well-spoken man. I proudly am showcasing him. He does a great job on cinematography and editing, and he's starting out trying to build up his YouTube content as he goes along. I hope you'll go over and check him out as we shout out yet another Australian motovlogger. And if you like his content, give him a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. If you do subscribe, please let him know the Kraken sent you. I would greatly appreciate it. And you know what time it is. Here's my ghost dog Bullet. He's up here to tell me to wrap things up. If you would like to become a Patreon, the link is listed right down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you want to see more in the future, hit that subscribe button right down there in the corner. And remember, folks, go riding. It's good for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.